Welcome to Faithful Organizers. My name is Sangeeta Evans, and I would like to introduce to you the organizer of the month, Sulena Long. She is from Baltimore, Maryland, and she's also shared her blog with us, which is titled Practical Tips for Downsizing as an Older Adult. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sulena, and it's really nice to have you here, finally get to meet you. Um, it's a great topic on your blog. I think that applies to everybody, not just clients, but even as we're getting older,
Yeah,
certain things in our life change, and we get to apply these tips all year long as we're changing and just growing.
true.
So welcome to
Mhm.
Faithful Organizers.
Thank you. Thank you for
Organizer of the
having me.
month. You're welcome. I would love for people to go ahead and read your blog at faithfulorganizers.com. And in the interim, we just want to get to know you a little better. And just a quick little, snapshot of who you are. Why did you start the business? How long you've been in the business?
Okay. So I started the business back in January of 2019.
Mm.
And I started it because I actually had returned to the US after taking care of my mom for a couple of years. I went back to my country. And when I came back, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I didn't necessarily want to go back to the workforce. So I looked at all my skills. And that's when I decided, hey, you know what? I really went into prayer for a period of time. I was driving, story, Sangeeta, I was driving around in my car with a pair of usher gloves. And every day I would say, God, how you want to use me. And that's it. And then as I did that, he began to unfold, what he wanted me to do. And I always had an affinity for older adults. So I decided, hey, incorporate my interior design with my natural organizing skills, and that's where So Unique Concierge was birthed.
Oh, that's great. Did you always have an organized life? Was that a skill that you always had?
Yes, yes, very organized. Everything had to be neat and in order. In fact, I remember in high school, they would always laugh. They would say, "Did you just come off the ironing board? Like, did you just, like you ironed your entire self? Did you just come off the ironing board?" Because everything had to be neat and intact, and everything had a container and a place to put it. So they would laugh whether they saw me outside or they came home and saw how my room was all put together.
That's nice. That's great. Um, did you grow up in a Christian household? Tell me a little bit about how your faith has impacted your business and your life.
Absolutely. So I didn't grow up in a Christian household. However, my grandmother was very much so, and very much so, an avid Christian.
Mhm.
So it in being around her, my mom, I would say, knew of the faith, but wasn't necessarily, right, a Christian. But my grandmother always poured into us, always shared about, the Christian lifestyle and loving the Lord. So that's how I was introduced to Christianity.
It's something about the elderly. They just have this wisdom.
Hmm.
I think
Yes,
they've lived
so
their
true.
life and they have learned what's important and what's true value, and we
Yes.
bring us back to the roots. And that's just how God is as well. He's always pulling us back to the beginning, back to our
Yes.
origins, our ancient
Yes.
paths. And our elderly are great to pick their brains about so many different things. It's really nice that you are able to help them. So
So
is
true.
your business focused primarily on the elderly, or are you?
Primarily on I say the elderly and their caregivers, right? Because a lot of times what you find is the elderly isn't that anxious to say, I need help. So a lot of times it's their caregivers, family members, loved ones. So, yes, so we do assist the caregivers and the loved ones as well.
That's nice. So you've been organizing for the last about 5 years, right?
So I would say
2019?
officially, right? But
Officially.
yes, it seems exactly. That's what, yeah. So the last
So
5 years I've been
there's a
officially.
saying that, the first 5 years are the hardest years. Did you find that to, kick off your business? Was that difficult or was it a smooth sail for you?
Yes, well, I would say that's where my faith come in, right? Because there's so many ebbs and flow in being an entrepreneur and having your own business. That is only by faith that
Mhm.
you can truly, truly continue to persevere. And especially when you know within your heart that this is a ministry that God has given to you, right? So because of that, you're like, God, this is your business. So how do you want me to work it out? And yes, so my faith has definitely times when I didn't necessarily, especially when you bring on other team members, a lot of times you're like, oh, how am I making payroll this month? Or yeah. And as a result, he has never failed.
That's awesome. How many employees do you have?
So we have a total of five,
Oh, that's
six
great.
people, including myself. Yeah.
Nice. So you've
Yeah.
got help to spread out
Yes.
and
Yes.
plant seeds. How do you see your faith? Do you use your faith in any way with your clients? Are they open to listening to?
So, there's always an opportunity to drop a nugget, right? I always say a nugget of faith. So whatever their circumstances may be, then yes, you take that opportunity, whether it's to pray with them. Pray, my team and myself pray before we go into the client. And if there's an opportunity, you look for those opportunities to give that nugget of whether it's a scripture, whether it's praying with them. So I'm definitely open. I have shared my faith with them as
Oh,
they've
that's so
allowed me
good.
to.
Yeah, that's an awesome opportunity to share our faith with them.
Yes.
Um, and in those 5 years, is there a specific organizing tip that is so unique? You notice
Mm-hmm.
how I threw in your business that is so
Yeah.
unique to Sulena Long that you like or you
I
love?
would, one thing that I see a lot of organizers don't necessarily do. I love, especially with older adults, introducing them to the pull down cabinets. So therefore they don't have to reach up high anymore,
Mhm.
right? We can install those pull down cabinets and all they do is pull them towards them, take out whatever and put it back into.
I
So it
love
really
it.
helped
Yes.
with replacing some of those high reaching shelves. It really, really helps with that.
Yes. I know for myself and my mom, I've installed like some of those pull out. I got to look into the
Drawers.
pull down, but the
Yes.
pull out drawers, like, so she doesn't have to
Yes.
reach all the way in the back.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Those
Yep.
are really
So
great tips. Yes.
they are great. Yes.
It's great how when you have, depends what type of client you have to kind of think from their perspective and make things more
Yes.
convenient for them. So
What would
there's
be
no
more?
one cut deal. It's like every
No,
opportunity is different and it's new.
exactly. And interestingly, you said that, Sangita, because that is the whole concept behind So Unique is curating the services for that specific person.
Exactly.
So it's
Awesome.
not about our business being so unique, but recognizing the uniqueness in each client situation. That's what it is.
That's great. Nice to meet you, Selena. Thank you so much for
Pleasure
sharing.
as well.
And for those listening on, please check out Sulena at So Unique Concierge. And her blog will be posted next month for Organizer of the Month, titled Practical Tips for Downsizing as an Older Adult. And I pray that you're also blessed by it. Thank you. Thanks, Selena.
Thank you, Tangia.